out, investigate, find out what is happening within the women's world, who is doing what. And every day we get excited because women are taking it to the next level daily. In terms of entertainment, in terms of health, everywhere you go to, we are doing just well. Today I have a guest who is doing something we all know, but in a very extraordinary way. Who is my guest? Find out after this time out. Don't go away. The show is The Woman, and my guest is an acclaimed alternative, orthodox, everything put together in the area of health. She is the CEO and MD of the Physique Health and Wellness Limited. Her name is Dr. Susan Adams. And I want to say Dr. Susan Heals. It's actually a book and a name at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I get to talk about all of that.
Sure.
So welcome to the show, The Woman.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yes.
noticed as I walked in, the people are so warm. And I told myself, if this is how hospitals are, I don't want to be sick, but I think I want to visit hospitals more often.
Yeah.
How did you train them to get that? Or did you handpick people who are just like that?
No, I didn't handpick. We actually look for talent and then we train. But for some reason, this is a wellness center. I mean, by just meeting a wellness person, you should feel well already.
Training as well to be able to get that.
Oh no, a lot of training, but not on the being nice part, not too much of it. I think I'm a nice person, so maybe they're like, okay, you know what, let me be a little bit like Dr. Susan, so...
All right, wellness, the first time we met, you mentioned something about what sparked up this field for you. It's kind of unique, but I know there's a story behind it. What's that story again?
Well, the story is that I grew up in a house where my mom was diabetic, my dad had hypertension, and they embraced the conventional medicine, which I have no problems with. As a matter of fact, when I was ready to go to school, my dad said, you know what, start with drugs. That is pharmacy. I started there. So that way you can go and bring that magic pill so that you can get rid of this BP. And because once he gets the BP, sometimes headache, he just doesn't get himself. And then my mom's diabetes was really bad. She's just tired, numbness, tingling. She wasn't seeing very well. But they were in medicine. So I finished school. I went all the way to what they call Doctor of Pharmacy. After that, I do have Master's in Health Management. I do also have an MBA. I like school, so I've gone to school a lot. But I couldn't find the golden pill until I started researching, like, what else? What's missing? What's left? And I realized there's a whole section on what they call lifestyle modification, which is a complete medicine, but most people skip. And when they skip lifestyle modification, the drug doesn't work as well. And then they say, look, doctor is not doing well. It's not true. Doctors do well, but we have a sense of responsibility to contribute to our well-being. So once I started getting certifications on lifestyle modification, wellness, and then I found Harvard Medical School offer an outright program on lifestyle medicine.
Really? That was at Harvard? I was thinking you would tell me somewhere in native
No, I didn't grow up here. That's another background. I was born here, but as a kid...
We are used to a lot of herbal things here.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you how that works. So when I grew up, I was born here. I grew up in the U.S. I finished from Middletown High School in Connecticut, then went to university in New York, and I stayed there. It's only just about maybe 7 years ago or so, I decided to move back on my own. My parents are still there. So what is this lifestyle modification? When I was done with the Harvard program, I realized that, wow, so there's a way to approach health, because it's heavy on preventive medicine. It's heavy on lifestyle medicine. That means our own lifestyle should heal us. So in the process, I now brought this back home. I said, Mommy, Daddy, you still take your medicine. However, you have to start this part. There's something called exercise as medicine. There's something called food as medicine. There's something called drinking your water as medicine. There are other things you can do medicinally.
I'm doing it right.
Oh, do your word as medicine. You saw me down in my own whole gallon before I got on here. So, make a long story short, they got better. And I'm always so proud to say they're in their 80s, doing very well. They can still go shopping, church. In fact, they're doing babysitting from one house to another. So, for me, they are my joy and pride to show that this lifestyle modification thing works. So, I now left them in the US and it's like, God made me a Nigerian for something. So what is that? So I decided to come back to Nigeria and like, let me come and set up lifestyle medicine. I came back on a mission. So I said, I'm not just going to take baby steps. I'm going to go all out on lifestyle medicine. So I started the company, Dr. Physique Health and Wellness Center, from a tiny room. Because I know your story is supposed to inspire other women. Where can I start? You can start from what you have. Because I came back, start from just preaching.
You know, your story tells me that whatever happens to us, if we have, a purpose for something, the drive doesn't go down, which is what we should do more often. Now, coming back here, I know that a lot of times we are very skeptical when it comes to embracing certain things. In the past, the traditional medicine worked very well. Now, at a point, people felt it wasn't good enough. You combining the two of them, what you call the alternative, integrative combo. Now, yes. How has it, been accepted by the people?
Well, initially, it wasn't too accepted. I mean, it wasn't overly accepted. It was, in fact, some people still be like, what do they do there? Is it a herbalist center or are they selling herbs? And then when they get here, they're like, wow, are you kidding? This is in Nigeria? I always get that. I'm like, I want to hear, is this in the world? That's where I'm heading to, not just is this in Nigeria. The whole thing about what we practice here is about your lifestyle should be your medicine. And where does it start? It starts from your backyard. When you start living medicinally, all these green plants and herbs become your healer. Then your mind should be your medicine. So now, when I came back, I was just preaching that everything around us can heal us. This is the reason for my book, the one that's called Everything Heals, Everything. So, because I'm now in Nigeria, I started working with the locals. What do you have do you have consistent results on this bitter leaf? Yes. On which department I will bring? Do you have consistent results on this? I'm looking for consistency. And then because we are a medical facility, first we will test, do you have this condition? After we test, we said, okay, these are all the available fruits and vegetables in Nigeria that can help you get there. So we make a meal plan or a lifestyle modification plan based on what we've been able to gather, and we give it to you. And before you know it, oh my God, Dr. Susan, I can sleep better. Oh, I was trying to lose weight for 10 years. I'm losing weight. My sugar that used to fluctuate, now is stabilized. Oh my God, my BP that used to go up and down is stabilized. I feel lighter. I feel happier. I love, this is what drives me. And all I've said, most of it is success stories, most of which you can be doing from your house. So that's how we've been managing.
Basically, to train people to understand what they should do and get it doing. But I went around this place. It's actually quite big. One of your people took us around on tour of facility, and I enjoyed it so much. Even though I saw some things I'm not
familiar with.
Yes, not covers at all. Yes. I was one on a colonic
hydrotherapy, which is, they say detox is raining, but there's a way to detox your system. You will feel the effect because toxins will actually be pulled out of your system and you will pull it out. So it's the machine we have is actually FDA approved for toxin and heavy metal removal from the body, because even 2 weeks ago we got a prescription from US. Somebody went to US to go and do some tests, and they said you have too many metals in your body. That's why you're...
Wow.
Yes, and they told you need two things, a steam sauna and colonics. So it's something that is done in Germany, US, China, across the globe. So we have that, and then we also have some exciting procedures like getting oxygen into your system, so you feel like you've done like 2 hours of yoga.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And we have like
You told me I needed to spin my blood.
yes, there's one that we can spin your blood and then actually extract the plasma and use it to actually regenerate cells. So we do exotic things to increase health and increase longevity. For Dr. Physique is that you will die when God says. But how are you going? Are you going from a wheelchair, wrinkled, outdated? We don't accept that.
We'll quickly take a break now. When we come back, Dr. Susan is still in the house and she's an embodiment of a whole lot of things. We will keep talking. Don't go away. All right, we've just done half of the show. It's still the woman, and Dr. Susan is in the house. Now, I'd like to know, how easy was it for you to really get established here? Because I know what it is.
Oh God, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But you mentioned something earlier. Once you're determined and you go for it, I cannot say it was easy. It wasn't easy because it's a new brand of medicine, and we're just visiting the country with this brand of medicine. People don't understand it. When we were trying to get registered, they will come to our place and say, what are you really trying to set up? Is this alternative? Is this orthodox? What are you setting up? We're like, integrative is together. No way. Separate it. We can't separate it. I said to one doctor, I said, the patient, if you go to any hospital and they tell you you have diabetes and you're going to be a diabetic for the rest of your life and be on drugs the rest of your life, you know what? The patient goes straight to internet and Google natural cure for diabetes. I told him, Dr. Physique is just setting up a place where this set of human beings, these people, instead of them getting up, let us medically guide them. Let's check your kidney. Let's check your liver. Let's encourage you to take nature. But we'll be making sure that this nature is dosed and the nature is not hurting you. So that's how we got started. Anyway, in the long run, Dr. Tata, which was the then registrar for Firm C in the FCT, said, go and bring all the guidelines for registering this type of facility. Bring from Germany, bring from UK, bring from here, and I brought everything. So I think it's been God all the way. The journey's been God all the way. And I think when God sends you on an errand, He goes with you. So I would say it's difficult, but with God, it's been very easy. Yeah.
And I notice how happy the people are as well. That means the work environment is very conducive for them.
Yes.
I hear you even have dance sessions?
Yes, we have dance sessions and motivational talks and awards, staff recognition. I mean, if you invest in your employees, they will give it back to the people that work in here. You have to honor them. When I see them, I see my family, I even see God. Why do I see God? I say, because God is everywhere, He's in everything. Mm-hmm. So if He's the one going the journey with me, it means that He showed up in person, yes, not as a thing. So I treat them with the highest dignity, respect. We are friends.
Now, setting up business here, it's one thing, and being a woman in such environment is a different thing. How has the journey been for you as a woman? Especially, God. I know you also have your family.
Yes. As a woman, lately I don't used to remember woman or man. I'm sorry. Yes. I just get the work done. I'm too secure in being a woman, so I don't look at woman, man. I don't overly do that. So the most important thing for me about being a woman and managing my work is you wake up early in the morning. You plan your family. You make sure the food they will eat is okay. These children will get to school on time. And then the family front must be happy. If not, you'll not have peace of mind to do this.
Yes,
You
yes.
can't.
Yes.
So you make sure that the family front, but there's a little bit of sacrifice. You have to get up early. On my pillow, I tell people on my bed, the first thing that is there says family first. So it makes me pay attention to family, because family is everything. You can't neglect family. Then it's worse for me because my mom, my dad, brothers, sisters, cousins, they're all in the US. The people I grew up with. So I have to set up an alarm when they wake up. Call mommy now. Call daddy now. Call this one now. Because if not, it will be night and they'll be sleeping, the time difference. So it's not been easy, but I'm pulling through. Yeah.
I understand. So how do you manage to relax sometimes too?
Relax. This is a relaxation center. So we do massages here. So I mandate myself to at least once a week massage.
It shows.
Oh yes, my
Your
skin
skin,
is actually people love my skin. Even the kids, they're like, "Oh, Dr. Susan, your skin is so fine."
It's
I said,
beautiful.
"No problem, thank you." So I do massages. So I relax that way. I think prayer relaxes me, because when you pray, you've given it all away to the person that sent you. It calms me so well. So I feel like prayer is a form of relaxation. Is it true for you?
Very, very.
So
It's a way of taking away the problem. It's like, hey guys, handle it.
Yes.
My own is just to relax and enjoy.
Yes, exactly. Then 3, I do comedies. So I subscribe to a lot of comedy on my.
Really?
If you just give me 1 minute break now, I'm quickly gonna watch a comedy.
Oh,
So
my
it keeps me
God.
laughing.
We're together on a lot of things.
There you go. I just go to who's gonna make me. You surround yourself with positivity. You're gonna be positive. Really. So so that's another way to relax. So I have to put small minutes of relaxations here and there. And then my biggest one, I like going to look for healthy restaurants. Is there any healthy restaurant in town or seafood restaurant? So I restaurant hunt to see what is out there, because they say, "Oh, I eat out." I'll say, "Okay, don't go to this one. Go to this one. Go to this one." So that relaxes me.
That's
Lastly,
nice.
I read.
Okay, that's why you also tell me about your book, Everything Heals. Because if you read, and you also write, a lot of things will go into the book.
Exactly. I read no less than a book a month. I'm addicted to reading. And that's why I ended up with so many degrees, like Master's of this, Master's Health Management, MBA, etc. But I love reading naturally. The book, Everything Heals, I just ask God that, you don't know your last day. Of course, we all wish to live to be at 200 years. You want to be 200? No.
I had a conversation with God and he said 120.
120 is good for you?
Yeah, and I also have a beach party just before I die.
That's okay. I was thinking of skydiving, right around skydiving right around 120, But anyway, the truth is that I was just sitting and I said, in case I'm no more, this message that God's put in me, that we can start from where we are to contribute to health, to have a better health. If I'm gone today, who's going to know? So I woke up and I said, you know what, let me put it in a book. It's just a simple book. How you can use water as medicine to get rid of ulcer, to get rid of indigestion, constipation, skin glow, is all listed. Food as medicine, the difference between micronutrient and macronutrient. From age 35 and above, what you should never put in your mouth, never put in your mouth, is listed. And what you can do when you're under 35. Then they put something about your mind has medicine. Your very mind can heal you.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you that.
Yes.
How does it do? Because a lot of women worry a lot. If it's not our work, it's our husbands, our boyfriends, our relatives, our work, And the most recent one now, a lot of young girls have actually keyed into it. We also worry about our physical appearance.
Physical appearance.
So how do I begin to remove those worries? In my mind, because I think a doctor was telling me, if you're trying to conceive, anxiety can actually mess up your cycle.
100%.
Wow.
First of all, I feel that just to conclude on the book question, is that I realize that I may not be here forever. So in case I'm no more, here is a book, this is what God delivered to me for my country. Because let me tell you something. You know, people say, oh, healthcare system is falling. Healthcare. What is our own contribution personally to healthcare? You're busy abusing your health, drinking anyhow, sugaring your life anyhow, and all that. We too have a contribution. So lifestyle medicine, which is what we practice, is that we are going to contribute to healthcare so that doctors and healthcare system can come up and look good. Two, your mind as medicine, which is a whole chapter on the book. You know, your mind, when you're anxious, you're stressed. When you're stressed, you're producing cortisol, which is a certain hormone, and the hormone inflames you, makes your body tense, toxic. So actually stress, which comes from anxiety, is actually a real thing, stress. But people don't know that. They say, oh, I'm stressed. But stress is damaging to the entire body, to the entire system. So for me, I think the first step is realizing that every time I'm stressed, I am tearing my body apart. I am destroying me. So that first realization. Two, there's a chapter in the book too that is after that is called the God factor. There's a way you bring God into your life, that is God as medicine, that the stress steps down, and then your true self can come out. And then we talked about contentment. A lot of Nigerians, I'm a Nigerian, we are not content. We don't even have what they call financial freedom number. It's just a bottomless pit for what we want to have. And then we have big dreams. Think about it. I came back from United States, doctor, but I thought about it. Let me start from one tiny room. Which, you see, when I conducted an interview, I said, give me your 2 years game plan. I would like to own something like this. It's possible with God, but automatically you have taken yourself to, how are you going to own something like this, and you're here looking for a job that's going to pay maybe 100,000. We actually pay our people well by God's grace, part of why they're happy. So I think that we should embrace contentment, realize that stress destroys the body, and then if you're really, really worried about it, then there are counselors. There's a coaching system, which is part of lifestyle medicine. Talk to somebody, take it out, and then maybe if your pastor is not working, move to another place. If your imam is not working, move to another place. I mean, this topic is too broad. So in trying to narrow it, I don't know if I'm doing a good job answering it.
I'm going to ask all of us to read the book, yes.
Read the book.
We're going to all have to read the book, because beyond just the mind, personally, I like to know what to avoid and what to eat to ensure that I get to that 120 and have that 120 per day before. I will invite you, because of course. I know you still be very much around.
Oh, you got that right. Shock it.
Thank you so much. You're awesome. I must say,
you so much.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
I've also learned extra. I'll add that to what I already have.
Thank you so much.
The show is a woman, and keep being who you are, the woman. It wasn't a mistake. God created us for great things, and we continue to do that. Bye for now.
Bye.
That are not married, and they're doing these incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all we have to go back to
Writer, you are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.